Hello, I'm MisterSaintAmant, and today we'll be drawing poses from comics, and we'll be using a scene from Space Dumplins by Craig Thompson. Here we have a guy carrying a lot of stuff. So let's get started. We have a head first, as I like to start, and then the torso is kind of arching forward to counterbalance the weight that this character will be carrying. And then you'll see the leg stepping on the ground there. And then the other leg I'm going to draw in bent back, just like the pose that we saw that first frame. And then we'll draw the arms going forward holding the heavy weight. So in this case we'll have 3 boxes that the character will be holding. And then there's the hand kind of setting up the size of the first box on the bottom. And I'm going to draw this with like an isometric angle, so you do see the sides and a little bit of the top. But because our eye level is at the middle box, you notice how we don't see the top nor the bottom of the middle box. And then the top box there is above us, so above our eye level. So we're looking right at the middle box there with the other 2 above and below. I'm just going to solidify these box shapes here in the arms and then clean up and redraw that. Now this drawing serves as a rough draft. If I were to make a final version of this, this would be a layer that I would lower the opacity and then trace over. So there's the face, happy smile. I'm going to redraw the hands. I'm just not happy with how those hands are. So I'll just change it up here and make the hand a little bit larger to match the other one. And we're pretty much done with this one. Now the next pose is Steven Universe scene by Rebecca Sugar. So we have a guitar player, so we're going to have head first, of course. And then I'm going to tilt the body a little bit to our right. Or, well, I guess the body is tilting a little to the left, but the curve is to the right. And then the legs are going to be seated, and the knees will be apart to accommodate the size of the guitar. So we'll draw that next. I like to draw the body of the guitar as a rectangle, like a cereal box. And that way I can line it up and then plan out where the arm is going to be. Usually you want the arm to be over the sound hole, and that's that hole in an acoustic guitar where the sound resonates. And then I'm going to shape the guitar. This is the body of the guitar. You can see the lower bout, that's the hip, and then the upper bout. The hip is that little cutout, and you want to make sure that the hip is lined up with one of the legs. It's the most comfortable places to rest a guitar while playing. And then I'll add some thickness to this, so you can see it's tilted up just to accommodate that strumming hand. And then we'll draw the neck. You might want to use a ruler for this part. And at the top of the neck, we have the headstock. So there we go. Just going to solidify the neck there and also add some thickness to the neck because the guitar is turned and then the headstock has a little bit of thickness on there. There's some string posts and tuning pegs. And then the frets going down the neck of the guitar. And then there is the sound hole. I'm going to solidify that arm that's on top of the guitar just to make sure that it's clear. And then I'll draw the shoulder, but before I go any further, I want to clean up this drawing. There are a lot of layers that can get confusing when you're drawing, so it might be a good time to get rid of some of the earlier sketch lines. And then there's the other hand. Now the other hand comes underneath the neck to play the chords. And so in this case, it's going to be simple. It's just going to be a little circle hand. Nothing elaborate. I mean, if you were to draw fingers, you probably would have to study the chords and to make it accurate. So we have this character singing. I'm going to go ahead and draw that little cutout for the eye socket and cheek. And then clean up the head a little bit more. And then that little jawline. And a tongue, and then just solidify a little bit more of the drawing, erase, clean up some of those lines. And again, this is a rough draft, so I would be tracing on top of this on another layer, or if this were a sketchbook, I would take a piece of paper and put it over top just to do the final lines. And that is pretty much it. He's sitting on a little ledge there. And there you have your guitar player.